You are now tuning in to Kickspot with Jinu Park and Migs.
This is Jinu Park, and on today's show, I had the opportunity to talk to Eden Kai. For those of you who don't know who Eden Kai is, he's an amazing singer, songwriter, instrumentalist, the whole shebang. And during this time, during COVID, he decided that he was going to challenge himself to a 100-day straight Instagram live feed with various artists. I had the opportunity to be one of those artists, and so during this next segment, you'll notice that he's going to be speaking a lot in Japanese. He's got a lot of international fans as well as domestic fans as well, but he is going to be speaking Japanese and doing translations of our interaction together. He also released a single called Don't Call a couple months ago, so make sure you check that out. His website is edenkai.com. Any of his links we're going to put on our Instagram at _Kickspot, and then be able to check out the YouTube and check out the interaction that we have together.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man?
Hey, everyone. Virtual class for Jinu Park.
Hey.
Woo!
Now, this is
Right.
crazy. Hey, you're a great host.
Thank you. I'm no professional by any means, but well, he is, guys. So he has a podcast, and I'm super honored to be a part of the Kickspot.
Yeah, so I'm recording it right now, so which is kind of awesome. But yeah, I mean, just even your intro. I've actually, since it's 11 o'clock here, I sleep pretty early. So
Thank you for staying up, man.
No. I've seen some of your stuff, but I'm like, man, I'm falling asleep right now. So I apologize for not keeping up with all of it. I didn't know you were doing all 100 every single day.
Yes, I've been doing. So I started right before quarantine, and just to share the positivity, and just thinking whatever I can to share the positivity again. But I wouldn't make this so far without like all the viewers and all the support that I've been receiving. So
Absolutely.
I'm super blessed. Yeah.
Yeah. How was the quarantine over there in Hawaii?
It's getting better. It's getting a lot better in Hawaii. And a lot of restaurants are opening up, but there's still a 14-day quarantine going on for all the tourists.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, and to all his fans, hello. They're probably going to be like, "Who's this guy?" So my name is Eden Kai, and my first language is Japanese. I was born and raised in Tokyo, Japan, but my entire family moved out to Hawaii about 7 years ago, and now I'm based in Hawaii doing music, acoustic guitar and ukulele, and I sing sometimes. So I'm super honored. 本当に光栄です。レディオショーにも現在、出演しております。同時配信ですね。はい。キックスポットという、そのレディオショーに出演させていただいております。めちゃくちゃ光栄です。そしてこの配信はできる限り日本語と英語を両方切り替えながらやっていけたらなと思います。So I'll try my best to switch it up Japanese and English because I'm sure there's a lot of Japanese words also.
So were you born in Japan and then you moved to Hawaii or what?
Yeah. So I was born and raised in Tokyo, Japan.
Oh.
Until up to after finishing up 7th grade, so in middle school, and moved out to Hawaii.
Did you learn
Mhm.
English over there?
Yes, pretty much. Although my dad is he's a Japanese American, he's a Nisei, and born and raised in Portland, Oregon. But he spoke to me in English, and I spoke something back in Japanese. So I wasn't really serious about learning English. I never thought of like living outside of Japan, but it happened. So I studied hard for the first couple of years. Didn't really have any Japanese friends back then.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I'm glad because he really did help me to improve my English skills.
Yeah.
Now I'll have like an okay Japanese, okay English because I've been using Japanese for a while.
Yeah, no, that's interesting. What was the transition easy for you?
Can you repeat that again?
Was the transition easy for you from Japan to Hawaii? Was it like a big difference?
It was not. There's I've experienced a lot of cultural differences. Like everything was super different. Comparing Hawaii and Japan.
Mm-mm.
But it really made me open-minded.
Yeah.
And now, one of my goals are to travel places, visit places I've never been, and just not just looking for a picture or looking at photos or videos, but just going to visiting the actual place and see the views in my own eyes, and meet the local people, and just everything. I've been like learning every day, and can't go 行ったことのない場所にやっぱ訪れて自分のやっぱ目でしっかりとその景色を見るっていうのが大切なのかなっていう、それが現在のゴールとなっております。And I was kind of curious. So you're in LA right now?
Yeah, I'm in K-Town actually. K-Town, LA.
You're in K-Town.
Yeah.
LA の K-Town から配信しております。So if anyone else is watching this from LA, or by the way, I'm streaming from Honolulu, Hawaii. If any local people is out there watching this stream, let me know in the comments. ね、もしローカルの方もご覧いただいている方いらっしゃいましたら、ぜひコメント欄にてお教えください。
And so we met in LA here. How did you? I mean, you performed at Nisei Week, right? Couple of years ago first, and then also, no, it was last year too, right?
It's been, yes, last year too.
Last year and then the year before.
I believe it was. So people have been asking me like, how did we meet in the first place? So it was Nisei Week. So shout out to Randy Masada if you're watching this.
Yeah.
It was over 3 years ago. I feel like 3年以上前かニセウィークLAのイベントでちょうどパフォーマンスをされてたんですよ。されてて、そのタイミングでご挨拶することができて、それからの絡みですね。So I remember, I believe you were performing on Nisei Week too, right?
Yeah.
3 years ago, and we said hi to each other, and time flies by. It's crazy. もう3年間あっという間に時間が過ぎました。Wow.
Yeah.
So I actually went there LA this winter.
Okay.
But
just a couple like 6 months ago.
Yeah. 4 months ago.
Okay.
4ヶ月ぐらい前なんですけど、how's everything in LA? どうですかね?
LA still, LA in general, I mean, they have strict rules. But if you go outside of LA, like Orange County, it seems like they're breaking every rule possible. So you don't really have to. I mean, I guess the governor just made it mandatory to wear masks everywhere. But that was just yesterday that he mandated that. But before that, everybody was just walking around normally. But everything's pretty strict here, I would say.
I see.
Yeah.
Pretty much same as here in Hawaii too. やっぱマスク着用は必須だそうですね。
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I felt like everybody was coming to LA too, during the summertime. So everybody was just driving over because they couldn't really travel outside. So they were, going to the beach and everything. I mean, the beaches were packed. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy.
In Hawaii, there's like so many different rules. Like, for example, you could actually go outside during quarantine. I meant, you could go to the beach. Like, I don't surf, like from people that's been surfing. Surfing is considered as exercise. So I guess it was okay. So I guess it really depends on the state. なんか州によっては結構なんかルールが違ってたりしたそうですね。But yeah, it's in my own eyes, I feel like it's getting better. So that's one thing I'm glad, and
Is it better now? Like even the second wave?
Before compared to like when it started, I feel like getting better. Like I'm talking about the amount of people that was infected, so and so. But but just I'm trying to like keep the positivity going. Stay positive. Wow. So you're a professional radio host, and I saw your profile. You're also foodie and foodie, and
I'm footing.
Like you're in fruit. Like foodie. Like 結構食べ物とかも好きっていうのをプロフィールから。
I'm hearing fruiting, as in like.
Oh, not fruiting. Foodie.
Oh, fooding. Oh, eating. Oh, yeah. I was like, he's talking about fruits right now.
Oh, no. Well, I love fruit.
Yeah. No, I love to eat. I eat everything. I'll try everything twice. Once just in case I don't like it. I'll give it another shot to see if I like it or not.
Wow.
But I'm an avid Yelper as well too. So I'll go out and search for like random restaurants and stuff, and I'll eat there and I'll try it out. But yeah, I love food. I like cooking in general too. And then as far as for the radio thing, we just the owner just launched the first Asian American radio station, which is kind of nice in the nation. So I was lucky enough to kind of sign on with that. But we just started that maybe a month ago, so it's brand new.
Really? Oh wow! I'm honored.
Yeah. We want to make sure, like, we want to start doing like the live shows, obviously at the station, but because of COVID, they have to have all these regulations and stuff. That's why we're just submitting all the recordings and so they're playing it, 3 times a week. But once this all dies down, we want to start doing more of the live shows. That's more preferred.
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people are online these days.
Yeah.
And social media, it's definitely really a strong platform. So
yeah, absolutely.
I really respect that. Yeah. I have the own show.
Yeah, I commend you for doing it. I mean, every single day is pretty crazy. Yeah.
It wasn't easy, but I'm just super grateful and blessed to be able doing stuff like this. And it's so cool. Streaming with people like you who have a totally different experiences. Like, for example, like having your own show is like that's huge, man. So.
Yeah. I mean, I've been doing music for a while too, so it's like almost like I feel like when the internet started. But
I know. So, guys, if you don't know his YouTube channel, like, what are you guys doing?
Yeah.
I watched his YouTube videos, and when was like your first video? Like 10 years? 9 years ago, one of the original YouTubers like to do cover songs, right?
So it was like 10 years ago, and we didn't have much equipment or anything like that. But I remember, so one of my friends is I'm friends with the Funk Bros, and I went to school with them. And the crazy thing is, I remember Andrew it's still like on my like page, and he's like, hey, make sure you start posting a bunch of videos because YouTube is gonna grow and it's gonna just blow up. And I was like, what is this YouTube thing? I'm not even gonna pay attention to it. And then all of a sudden, everybody's using YouTube, and I'm like, man, I should have listened to Andrew. But,
no, actually, so believe it or not, I actually appeared on one of his videos.
Oh, you did?
That was like my second time visiting LA. And I've actually stayed at his place, and I learned a lot from it. And everything was a huge cultural shock for me. Yeah. But at that time he was more of like a person like a mentor for me. Yeah. So I can't thank him enough. もう一人の YouTuber でアンドリュー・ファングさんっていう方がいるんですけど、ファングブローズっていう YouTube で結構有名な、料理のレビューだったりとかいろんなことをされてるんですけど、実はLA に来たばっかの頃、一回滞在したこともあったりして、すごいいろいろ教わったんですよね。いろいろ教わって、やっぱいろいろ学べることもたくさんあったので、やっぱ感謝しきれないなっていうこともあります。そして、ジルさん、さっきのお話だったんですけど、すごい料理もすごい好きで、ケイタウンにお住まいなので、たくさん美味しい料理店をご存知だと思うんですけど、かつシンガーソングライター、を本職としてされてます。YouTube の方でですね、もう10年ぐらい前に、なのでYouTuber として、カバー曲を歌われてたっていう分類がオリジナル、と呼ばれる方です。非常に光栄です。Okay. So I know there's some Japanese people watching this stream, so thank you.
No, this is crazy. That's interesting.
That's super cool, man. Such a small world.
Yeah. The crazy thing is that, so I've never been to Japan, but the first actual label to actually sign me was a Japanese label.
No way, really?
Yeah, I don't, nobody really knows, but it was like a company called Blues Interaction, and then they were like this, like a blues record label, and then they ended up transitioning over to something called P-Vine Records or something, and then I guess I was in their Tower Records and all that stuff, and then my album was switched to Japanese, and then I never got a copy of it or anything like that, but apparently they were selling the albums out there, and it's kind of crazy because I've never been and I really want to go.
That's amazing, man. I mean, anywhere particularly want to visit in Japan, or?
No, I want to do the cart, the Mario Kart.
Oh, the Shibuya, right? In Shibuya.
Yeah, I really want to do that. I heard you have to get your international license in America first before you actually go, or else you can't drive.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. I've seen like all these videos on social media, and I thought it was like some kind of like parody or something, but
yeah, no,
I
that's fun.
didn't know that it actually existed. Me coming from a person who was born and raised in Japan, so
You're like, this is everyday stuff.
it's a daily routine. マリオカート渋谷の半端なくないですか？すごいですよね。Wow. It's wow. That's ブルースのレーベルにもなんかスカウトされた時期あってすごいですね。
Are you coming to LA anytime soon?
Well, due to the recent situations, all my gigs and performances, events, I'm sure, a lot of artists have been canceled.
Yeah.
So I was supposed to be in Japan last month and supposed to visit LA this August, but, it was all canceled. But, stay positive and, I will definitely make it happen again.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like what you're do're doing right now is the wave of the future too. So, I mean, I think you're absolutely doing it right. And then you released, your single as well too. So really pushing that hard. I mean,
thank you.
I can't say I think you're just doing an excellent job, man.
Thank you. That really means a lot. Yeah. I was sorry, for throwing out so many questions, but I was kind of curious. What made you start doing music?
I actually I started because it was more like a journal for me. I grew up with my family's all really talented. So my dad is an amazing singer. I have an older sister. She's a great singer as well too. My mom was a music major. So out of us four, we would always have these Korean karaoke deals. So everybody would have to sing, and so I would sing my heart out, and then I just look at their faces, and they're like, "Man, it's so good that you're smart." And I'm like, "Oh, this sucks." So I always grew up thinking that I just wasn't a very good singer, and because I was just around them so much, so I actually hid the fact that I did a lot of music, and so. And then in school, when I grew up, I was getting picked on in school actually. So I was just writing a lot and just singing to myself. And then later on, just released albums I think based off of pure aggression. So some of my music back then was super dark. But yeah, that's how I started. And then I started forming groups during the boy band phase and all that. And then just kind of branched off a little bit after that. So yeah, I've been on and off too. So my parents never wanted me to do music, and I still think that they don't really want me to do music.
Oh really?
Yeah, they're not very supportive of it. Well, as I get older, they kind of have to be. They can't really control what I do, but they got to see certain artists become big, people that we knew became K-pop stars and stuff. And so that's kind of what changed their perspective, because they got to see what they were doing for their parents. They were buying them houses and stuff like that. And they're like, oh, maybe you should have stuck with it. And I'm like, yeah, thanks for not supporting me. But as of right now, my mom supports me 100%. She doesn't really care what I do. But I just have a lot of side stuff that I do as well too. So, as long as I'm making money and, supporting them, that's all that matters.
So you were you were doing music since you're little, and all your family was, hey, Kasumi, what's up? All your families were associated with music. I didn't know that. That's super cool.
Yeah, no, they're super good. Yeah, if you heard that, I remember, okay, so I was actually in Little Tokyo. I took my sister and we went to go grab some happy hour, and ironically enough, this place in the hotel had karaoke. So my sister's like, oh, let's go sing karaoke. And I'm like, okay, for sure. And then so I brought my friend with me as well too. And then he was like, I've never heard your sister sing before. And I'm like, oh yeah, she's really good. So I go up and sing, and then people are still like eating their food. And then my sister sings, and I kid you not, like everybody stopped eating just to watch her, like like it was her performance. And they started like cheering for her, getting up, and I'm like, oh man, this sucks. And my friend was like, yeah, you're right. She's really good. Yeah, she's way better than you. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But I'm the only one that actually pursued it 100%. Whereas, she's doing her own thing. So I guess if you're like truly that talented, you can kind of go back into it if you really want to. But
wow, I mean, I bet your sister is super talented, and karaoke is the best. Is the best.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I mean, I love karaoke too. I remember like going there by myself a lot of times, just like saying it really releases like stress. But whatever you're doing, I'm talking to like all the viewers, but you gotta love it. You truly gotta be passionate about it.
Yeah.
And I totally agree with what Jinu said, because it's all about the balance, and everyone has their choices. So I know a lot of people haven't mentioned the show called Paris House, and I actually streamed with some of the other casts, like Eric de Mendoza, Armand from the older Tokyo series. But they all told me that like what they're doing currently, it all came naturally. So it was totally different than what they were imagining when they're little. Okay, please translate in Japanese. Okay, my bad. 結構いろいろお話ししました。ジヌさんは、もう本当に音楽家庭だったと。なのでやっぱそのご両親も音楽をされてて、昔からやっぱすごい音楽と関係性は多かった。で、やっぱ結構学生の頃から曲も作り始めたりとかあったそうなんですけど、やはり音楽だけに絞りたくないといろんなこともやりたいっていうことを理由に、音楽と、いろんなことに、両立させてされたっていうことだったそうですよね。最初はその親もその音楽をすることに対して反対してきたそうなんですけど、後々今現在ではちゃんとサポートして、いただいているそう。そしてですね、結構今現在お話ししている内容的にはですね、結局今までやってきたことがあったにせよ、自然に何かしら今本当にやりたいものが見つかるっていうお話をしてて、過去にアーマンやエリックともライブ配信したんですけど、もともと夢見てた職じゃなくて現在やってる職ってやっぱ人生の途中からなんか来たっていうことが結構多いので、人によるかもしれないんですけど、そういうね、全然何も悪くないと思いますし、本当に好きなことは続けられるのかなっていう、お話をしてました。Thank you. All right. Still working on it, but yeah, I totally respect that. And,
You are listening to Kickspot.